Looking in the mirror now. He'll come out of the corner. You're pretty busy there, Pete.
I'm standing by.
Looks like the guy in the BMW is keeping you fairly busy, Pete.
Yeah. I've sort of... My brakes are a little bit here going, and the right-hand rear tyre is saying, thank you very much, I've done enough Sunday driving at the stage, so I'm trying to understeer it through this corner, for instance, to take the weight off it, but I can look in the mirror there, and Tony is... Here he goes. Let him go, because I was holding him up. Sobering for the chassis balance at the moment.
Peter, just watching your footwork here, it's very interesting at the end. We can see the heel and toe and a bit of double to clutching down to first. Just explain your way around the circuit for us.
Okay, first gear here, half throttle now. Now I can flatten it. I'm in second gear. I'm going to rev limit to 7.8. Up to fourth now. I use all the road here to save the tyres. And you can see I'll get across the apex here. We're doing about 240 k, I suppose, at the moment. Brakes on now. Back to second now. I'm trying to use everything I can to stop. Well, the brakes are very good, but I'm trying to sort of maintain a bit of brakes towards the end of the race because, boy, it's the hardest race I've seen. Third gear around there. Up to here, brakes on. Back to second, just let it float down. Keep it straight, cross the apex, and don't oversteer here, which I'm trying very hard not to. And in second gear, third gear up here, fourth, and a little bit of fifth about now, and then put the brakes on and just hope we've got them all.
Alan heaps of room there. He probably realises that he's fighting a losing battle under brakes, but he's got what it takes in a straight line. Peter Brock, I think, is with us on Racecam. Peter, this is a familiar sight.
Yes, unfortunately, my brakes are getting very spongy, and the left-hand rear tyre said, see you later at the moment, so I'm just sort of in cruise mode. So Jonesy can virtually do what he likes at the moment. I notice he's doing 61 point something, or it's off laps to 62 point something, so he feels very dodgy.
Still Jim Richards from Mark Scaife. In third place, Tony Longhurst. Fourth, we've got... And listen to this car and Brock's roar on the race cam. It's distracted me from whatever it was I was saying. Good pictures.
Sounds like a proper race car.
Yes, anyway, Win Percy, I think, is fourth, is what I was going to say. Then John Bow in fifth, and then Peter Brock in sixth.
Spec VN engine is yet to come, so there's still a fair bit to come from the Mobil cars, according to Peter Brock.
Here we take our 7 Sport Racecam and Peter Brock's Mobil 1 Commodore, the right-hander past the start-finishing line, the downhill run to the tightening right-hander here as he sits behind Tony Longhurst. Just ahead of Longhurst is Alan Jones, Dick Johnson, and leading that pack is John Bow and the number 18 Shell Sierra. It's a pretty busy circuit when you're driving a V8 though.
Win Percy was saying that the Commodore is quite a pleasant car to drive around here with all slow corners. The normally aspirated engine's got quite good characteristics and makes it very pleasant to drive. No throttle lag as you'd find in a turbo car.
It's a good dice, this. We got 4 cars. Rocky making up the tail, and they're all trying very hard.
To our race leader, there's Alan Jones going through on the inside of Peter Brock. So he's already joined one, and up at the front, Dick Johnson is under a bit of pressure from Mark Scaife. They're heading up Bitchapave Hill, just ahead of this group. The Turbo Ford. We take our Mobil 1 Racecam now, riding with Peter Brock in the 05 car. He's sitting in behind Win Percy. You can see Percy is all over Glenn Seaton like a wet blanket. But Glenn gets that turbo power to the floor. He runs away from Win down the straight, but Win's able to close up again under brakes. Brock running position number 5 at the moment on the racetrack.
Closes up a bit under brakes on those 2 cars. Hear how the car was really snatching and misbehaving as it went through that hairpin right-hander in second gear. It doesn't really like first there, it's too low, and second's a little bit too high. Brock has to persevere with it. He chooses to go back through each of the gears, but he's certainly making plenty of ground, as you can see on Mobil Racecam, under brakes on both Win Percy and Glenn Seaton. Working very hard through these S's. This brings you onto the start-finish straight, and then on for a fast right-hander. He's up to 4th gear now. Holds on to 4th through this right-hander. Car slips and slides, gets a bit taily. and then this sort of long, never-ending left-hander that brings you onto the pit straight as he rounds up John Vernon in the Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, John was the...
Mobil Racecam shows the master at work as he comes onto the front straight. Peter Brock, can you hear us?
Yeah, sure can.
How's it going out there, buddy?
Well, it's going pretty well, actually. The car's sort of handling pretty well. As you can see, I can talk while going to that kick and pulling up to about 7.6 in top, which is pretty quick. So I'm pretty happy.
Now, you made a stop. You obviously just run out of tyres.
Yeah, so I was a bit surprised. The left-hand rear had a blister on it. I felt it. I was probably trying to hang on to Richo and Scapey, and then Tony Loggers. I was doing a lot of 53-second laps, so they probably paid that back tyre.
You must nevertheless be thrilled with the performance of the car, Peter.
Oh, yeah, it's a bit of a jet, this thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going well.
How'd you like to have a drive it?
Oh, maybe.
No, it's a beautiful thing. It just turns in. I'm nursing a back tyre right now, so I'm just squeezing a power on.
Well, we take Mobil Racecam as Peter Brock comes up onto the main straight. He looks to be driving a little more conservatively now in this past couple of laps. Peter Brock, can you hear us?
Yeah, sure can.
What's it performing like?
Well, I've actually got a bit of a oil surge problem, as a matter of fact, so I'm having to squeeze it on through the corners, particularly on the corner onto the main straight there. But that's helping the back tyres, which are well and truly saying, hey, take it easy, Brock.
Yes, I noticed you...
He's really on fire at the mountain this year.
Johnson just ahead. Peter Brock, a master at this. And as they exit Mazda corner, it doesn't require too much in the way of commentary. Just listen to that awesome V8.